Welcome to the 161st episode of Spooky Reviews from Spooky Ventures. I'm Gary Hill, and I'm both your host and reviewer. This time around, we're going to be looking at the 4K Blu-ray edition of Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. You know, I have to comment on the whole horror hosting thing because it's something near and dear to my blackened heart. There was a time when it seemed like every local area had its own horror host, or at least every TV market. And it really is a rich tradition, and I have recently put my top hat in the ring as Scary Gary for the Spooky Movie Time with Scary Gary show on this YouTube channel. Eventually, there were several horror hosts that went national. Of them, 3 are probably the ones that stand the tallest: Svengoolie, Joe Bob Briggs, and Elvira. As far as I know, only one of them have actually had a movie made focused on their character, and that's Elvira in this film. The movie was originally released in 1988, basically during the height of her popularity. Now, just as Scary Gary is a character I played for my horror hosting show, Elvira is a character played by Cassandra Peterson. I'm guessing anyone watching this has seen her in that role, but in case you haven't, she's very sarcastic and plays up the sexuality angle pretty heavily. Well, I should say played, because she has pretty much retired the character in recent years. This film is billed as a comedy horror movie, but the comedy angle is the biggest factor here. It definitely relies on a lot of sexual innuendo and racy scenes. That said, the movie was released with a PG-13 rating, so it's nothing really extreme. The plot of the movie centers around Elvira inheriting a home in a very repressed community. Of course, there is also witchcraft and other monstrous stuff at play. I honestly think that there's a bit of a Footloose vibe to the movie, as Elvira pushes the outrageously strict rules and ideas of the adults in the town by befriending the high school students. It's a fun movie. It's definitely silly, and the horror side of things is mostly played for laughs. I mean, if you like Elvira, you sort of know what you're getting here, because it's exactly her type of humor and show. Now, this 4K release looks great, but I don't have the other version for comparison. There are some bonus features included. For my money, the best 2 of those are the making of feature, and one devoted to the special effects work in the film. As always, those are bonuses, though. The movie is the main selling point, but they are definitely worthwhile bonuses. All in all, this is a fun movie and a great release for it. Spooky Ventures is the home for spooky content and spooky merchandise on the web. Check it out today at spookyventures.com. And remember, always keep it spooky.